Hey, so if you've ever struggled with, do I create more or do I market the songs I already have? If you've ever had that struggle or that conversation in your head, then this episode is definitely going to be for you. My name's Chris, also known as the Artist Manifest. We have over 130 million streams on Spotify, and I just love coaching and helping other artists achieve their dreams and goals too. But I'm just like you, man. There's times where it's like, I want to write more songs, I want to create more music, but at the same time, it's like, hey, have people heard what I've already created? Have I really marketed and given, the songs, that the album that I just released, have I really given it a fair shot? And it's so easy to want to move on to the next thing so quickly. And it's interesting. I saw one artist, and I could see that they were still releasing singles and making all these music videos and all this stuff. And honestly, the music isn't really there yet. Like, the artist isn't there yet. Like, sure, it's gotten a little bit better. And I see all these music videos and all this stuff and all this money going into to music videos. And I'm just like, why is that not going into a producer? Why is that person not investing more into the songwriting? Because the music's the songs are but like, if you have a hit song, like, do you have any idea what that can do for your career? The playlist you can get, the streams, the ads, the saves, the radio success potentially. When you perform a hit song on stage, the reaction you get from a crowd compared to the mediocre song. Like, I've done over 1,000 shows, and I know when we perform a hit song and the reaction we get as opposed to the new song, right? And whether the crowd even knows it or not, whether all your fans are there or whatnot, the reaction from a hit song compared to just, well, it's the new one, so we gotta push that. And I want to challenge you, if you have never had like a hit song, like something that really pops off where you play it for everyone and you're continuing to get that same response. Oh, that's a hit. Oh, I love that. I love that. Like, it's just an undeniable, that's a good song, right? Like, that's what you should be aiming for. And what's so rad about Spotify is you can go in and you can look and you can click on the three dots beside any song and you can click on show credits, and it says performed by, it says written by, and it says produced by. And so you can easily find out who wrote that song, and more importantly also who produced it. And the songwriting part is extremely important, like getting that melody, whatnot, but then the production and putting the song together. Like, one of my goals would be for you, is stop making all these music videos, stop doing all this content creation for a song that's not even a hit yet, and go make a hit song. Go find a producer, work with an engineer, work with the songwriters, and get some serious hit songs. I don't even care if you have to ask someone to help you either write it or you buy somebody else's hit song or ask if you can record it. You don't even have to buy it. You just say, can I record it? Because there's, how many songwriters there are in Nashville and LA with like dozens and dozens of songs that are awesome, but just have never been cut. They've never been recorded. They wrote them, pitched them to maybe some other artist, and nobody cut them. Well, it's better to them to have you perform it and performing it, and then making the publishing off that, than it just sitting on their hard drive. It's kind of like all these producers, these beat makers who have all these beats that nobody ever took. Well, it's like, hey, you want to get those out there and working. But for you as the artist, I really encourage you, why are you making these music videos? Is it because of ego? You want to feel like you're doing something? You want to feel like you're moving forward, right? But like, if it's not a hit song, your amazing music video, your amazing marketing is only going to make that bad song fail faster. And so I want to challenge you to get back into the studio, hone your craft, work on your performance in the studio, your confidence. There's another artist that I saw recently, and the hook was pretty good. The production was good, but the verse, I could tell, was just like, it wasn't a confident performance. It didn't come off. And honestly, if they had gotten that one part even stronger, I think the song, could be a hit. But because I could tell with the melody and the way the person was performing it, it was just like, it just wasn't there. And I don't know why the producer didn't push the artist just a little bit more to just get it better. Like, I'll never forget being in the studio with my buddy Adam, and we're producing one of my songs called Human. And it was one of the hardest songs I ever recorded because he was pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. No, that's not the cadence. No, you got to sing it like this. You got to sing it like this. You know, early on in my days when I would rap, I remember my guy would say, give it another take. No, you messed up in this part, do another take. And it wasn't even all these like punching in. Like, I know it's very common to punch in sections of verses or choruses or whatnot to get the best performance of each section, right? But I remember when rapping, I was like, no, man, you got to be strong all the way through. You know, you got to nail it, have all that cadence. Sure, maybe punch in on one little spot if you really, really need it. But I remember they would challenge me, no, like, you got to be more confident, find your zone. And what's interesting is I was recording a cover for the first time, and it was really awesome. It's a really great experience. And I was singing the lines of somebody else's song because it's a cover. And I was trying to find my voice in it, though, and my cadence and my attitude, because we're trying to decide do I do it more breathy? Do I do it harder with more energy? Like, is it really light? Is it in the middle, or is it more attitude on the vocal and the way I give it? And it was the song "Crawling" by Linkin Park is the song that we were covering. And just to even give you an idea of the lyrics and the way I was trying to do it, you know, it was the beginning part where it's like, there's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface. And so I was trying to figure out, like, do I go, there's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface? Or was it more, I remember more breathy, where I was like, there's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface. And I was kind of doing it more breathy, or am I doing it more, there's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface? And I remember we didn't want to go, you know, really hard on that part. We could have just switched it up, but I didn't want to be like all like aggro and like, you know, throaty. But I was trying to figure out the voice, and I learned from my producer goes, that's it. That's the style that we want. Let's figure that out. And that's where, you know, someone who's been in the game long enough to help find that and pull that out of you. It's like, no, let's keep searching. Let's find something else. And maybe you're not even that comfortable singing in the studio or even by yourself. Definitely not on camera to find that zone of the vocal and to find like your feeling and really believe it, because people can hear it if you're not singing it like you believe it or like you're confident. And sometimes we were singing Numb. That was another one that I covered, and I got stuck on a word. What was it? Shoes. Don't know what you expect. How's it go? I'm tired of being what you want me to be. Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me. Put under the pressure of walking in your shoes. And it was that word shoes, Chester, and I didn't notice this, even though I'd heard the song a million times. The way he says shoes, it's not just like shoes, like walking in your shoes. It was walking in your shoes. And it was kind of chopped apart a little bit, the way he sung it. And I got stuck on that one part. And it was just like I had to take a step back a couple times and find it to really give that performance. But it's amazing the little details, the little nuances where you're holding notes, where you're letting it drift off at the end of the vocal, or whether it's just sharp, a cut at the end and it's just shoes or whatever the line is, right? And it's just finding that moment and finding that confidence. And you're going to do that with practice. And so the overall of this video and the message that I'm trying to get apart here is like, you always want to be creating and getting better and honing your craft, right? Like, and getting it dialed in, like, and it should be really dialed in and to a certain level before you're even releasing it. Like, I don't know how many dozens, 100 songs I wrote and figured out before we even recorded something. And all the time I'm writing stuff, and it doesn't mean it gets recorded. Just because I wrote it doesn't mean it deserves to be recorded. Like, I'm still honing things and trying to get better. And what I'm trying to say to you is like, you might be in a spot where, look, you need to hone it in or find a producer to help you hone that in and get a hit song before you just keep working with the same producer and putting out not so good songs. You're so much better to find a producer that's got hits that can help you get a hit song, is going to do so much more for you than you just chucking out more songs. Quantity, quantity, quantity. No, it's quality. It's quality. It's quality of the work and doing a good job and getting rewarded from that. Because, you know, I can tell you from that, you can see the plaque back there, 130 million streams. It's the 80-20 rule. 80% of those streams came from 20% of the songs. And that's because 20% of them are the real hit makers, right? Like, if it's just the way it is. It's the Pareto principle. Look it up. But it's just the same thing where 80% of whatever comes from 20% of the results of something. And so I challenge you, find a good producer, work with them, and get it rocking. If your songs are ready though, like, and they're ready to go and you're struggling with the marketing side of it, then you need to come to 10xyourfanbase.com/live challenge. You need to come to my Spotify challenge. I'll put the link below this video, but it's 10xyourfanbase.com/live challenge. And let's get your music. If it's ready to go, well, then let's get it out there to more people. Let's find your fans. And maybe you need to chill on the creation for a bit. And you need to market, because it's not very satisfying just making the music. You're making it because you want people to hear it. You want people to be impacted by the artwork and all this stuff. And so you've got to promote it. I think it was Chance the Rapper I heard. He's like, man, you spent all this money recording the song, mixing the song, mastering the song, the artwork of the song, and you're only going to post about it once on your stories? And he used the example of one of his songs that had come out a year ago, and he's still promoting it. He's still promoting it, right? And so I encourage you, keep promoting your music. Don't stop, but find good people to make great songs with, though, because that will do more for you than any marketing tips that I could help you. The best marketing plan is starting with a hit song. You know, that's the best marketing plan, is to start with a hit song. Hope this has helped you out. Hit like, hit subscribe. Hope to see you on the next challenge.
My name is Cynthia Locke, and I'm from Vancouver, Canada. And I just wanted to say thank you so much to Chris for putting on this Spotify challenge. I upgraded to the VIP for only $50 US, and it was just so incredibly packed with so much information. Like, I feel like I received so much valuable information, like way above the price that I paid. And it was just so impactful to see Chris show up every day. Like, he was there early, like he went on later to answer all of our questions. And there's just so many things that I learned.
Yo, Chris, what's up? Dave Clark here, aka Firstborn Son. Dude, day 2 was incredible. Thank you so much for all the knowledge you've bestowed upon us. Quick takeaway for me was that playlist hack. I think that's awesome. You know, find a great independent playlist, find the curator, find the contact, and bam, go straight to the source.
Hey guys, Paralai here. First and foremost, I want to say thanks, Chris, Manifest. Thanks for the great training today and for a great week so far. And also thanks to everybody who's taken the class. Thanks for being part of this journey with me. So my aha moments for today are hate is a part of success, so embrace the haters. The second one is it's crowded at the bottom but not at the top. And thirdly, life is not a dress rehearsal. Okay, so I also wanted to show you what I've got on my wall here. One life, one chance, no regrets. And if you zoom in a little closer, future rock star. So hopefully that's a bit of inspiration for you guys. See you tomorrow.
I would like to have a testimonial for Chris. I had that week with him to grow the fan base on Spotify, and that was amazing. But when I say amazing, man, he gave all his heart to give us the most of him and the most for us to grow. And I thank you so much for all of that. And I was starting from vraiment really from scratch, and I have now so many things I know so many things, and I have to do so good stuff, and then I will go ahead with this guy because he's great, very good heart, and I love you, Chris. Thank you so much for all of that.